In this video, we'll be continuing with our DAT tutorials. This will be looking at the DAT interfaces. So the main goal is to look at how we can actually implement DAT interfaces in our code. Actually, that does not give a clear way of what uh, defining or implementing interfaces, unlike in Kotlin and then Java. But here there's another good way of doing it, and this is also pretty much the same like interfaces in any other program. Okay, so let's watch here. Before we start, let's get the explanation very well. Okay, so we say an interface defined the same as the class is defined the same as the class, where any set of method can be accessed by an object. The class declaration can interface itself. Perfect. So this is just a brief explanation of how interfaces works in that. But let's jump here and look the rules for implementing interfaces in that. We said a class that implements the interface must override every method and instant variable of an interface. Okay, so pay attention to that. That doesn't provide a syntax to declare the interface directly, right? As I said earlier on. So the class declaration can be considered as what? As the interface itself. Okay. Then we say the interface class must provide what? Full implementation of all method belong of all the method belong to the interface. Okay, you pay attention to that, and then we can implement one or more interfaces what simultaneously. That is really good. Using the interface, we can achieve multiple what inheritance. That means multiple accessing multiple class at the same time. Okay, so if you've watched our previous video, you'll be very familiar with what we're about to do because we're gonna deal with more of classes. Okay, good. So we're gonna have a class of student, and then we'll have a class of faculty and then college. Okay, so let's begin with the class of student. We want to actually explain how the that interfaces work. So let's get started. So class student. Okay, so let's say we have a class student. Okay, or class student. Okay, then the class student inside we're gonna have some methods and then variables in here. So we have int age. Okay, int age, that is the age, and then string. We're gonna also have a string sorry, string of name. Okay, string of name. Perfect. And then inside we're gonna have a method of void, returning a void, and then the name will be probably display name. Okay, display name. Perfect. And then let's have the function around parentheses. Okay, so let's look at display name. What are we going to display? It's pretty much simple. We're gonna display the name at which it will be stored in the variable. Okay, yeah, and this will be in a parenthesis. This will be in a quote, and then let's say my name. My name is. Then let us call the variable. Okay, so dollar sign, then the name. Okay, inside curly quotes, then I terminate the statement. Okay, then we'll also have the display age also in the same class. Okay, so here will be age. Okay, age, and then we call the age here. Perfect. Okay, so my age is good. Perfect. So after this, let's have another class. Okay, We are actually going to implement the interface, so we need to have several classes to implement the multiple what inheritance here. So class faculty, okay, faculty, and then faculty class, faculty, and class faculty. Okay. In here, in the class faculty, we'll be having two variables here as well in the class faculty. And in the class faculty, we'll be having something like department name. Yeah, so probably just like this. Department name, just like this is cool. Then we'll be having into what? Maybe we'll be looking at salaries as well. Salary of a faculty member. Okay, so salary, perfect. Then here we'll also have a method in here. Okay, so similarly like this, just the same, but here we'll change the name to display what? Display department instead of age. Department. Okay, so department. Okay, then here this is just creating a normal class with methods inside, so it's just like the normal class, just that the concept I'm trying to derive here, that is why we are following the student, creating a student, a faculty, so that it really makes sense with this example. Okay, so here we can say maybe it's gonna print out I am a professor or a prof. I am a prof of so department. Okay, so here we use the department name here. Perfect. Next will be what? A display of uh, no, another method here. I like copy and paste. Another method here. Okay, and this method will only display the salary since we have it here. So maybe this will be display salary. Very easy. Okay, make sure. Oh no, salary. Okay, then we have the variable here, salary. Perfect. Okay, so this is what the class for faculty. Good. So this next class we will be creating, that is where we should pay critical attention to, because this is where the implementation will begin, so that we actually understand interfacing in that. Okay, so here, so defining interface. Okay, interface by defining interface by implementing another class. Okay, implementing another what? Another class. Okay, so in here, in here, what are we going to look here? Here is very simple. We're gonna create another class, and this class will help us create what? The interface. This class will be called college. Okay, so a college class, college, and here we need to actually, in our normal or inheritance and all that, we were using the keyword what? Extends, right? Then we can call one of the classes in here, or the super class, so that we can actually do what? You can actually access the properties and characteristics and action inside the class here. But for interfacing, we make use of what? Of the keyword implement. Okay, I said we make use of what? The keyword implement. Okay, good. Instead to use the extend, we use what? We use the implement keyword. Okay, so here, what options do we got here? The option we got here is we can, in our previous lessons, we were using extend and we only call one class, then the class will be connected to the third class, and the third class will be connected to the what? The super class or the mother class. But here we can call all the classes at a go. So we call that the multiple what? Achieving the multiple inheritance. So here we use the implement keyword, then we can call the class student separating it with comma and faculty at the same time. So faculty at the same time. So this is pretty much cool, huh? So let's watch here. We have a class. The class name is college, and then it's like extending, but this we use implement for interfacing. Then this can help us call several classes at the same time. So we have two classes at the top, we call student, and then we call the class faculty. Okay, excellent. So what we're gonna do in here is to simply what? Override the student class and also override the faculty class. According to interface, we said that every every object or method in the interface must be what? Overridden, right? So must override every method and instance variable of an interface. Okay, so everything in here will be override here. It's just like duplicate in here. Okay, this is how it actually works. So you need to follow in that sort. Okay, so we said for our comment, we said we're gonna what? Override. We're gonna override, or we are overriding the student class what? Members. Okay, overriding the class members, and also we will also do overriding of what? Of faculty members as well. So we'll also do for faculty. Good, excellent. So what do we mean by overriding? It's simply, if we say we are overriding student, it's very simple. Only copy the entire stuff in student like this, everything in here, then you just paste here. That is the meaning of overriding here. Okay, then everything inside, because normally we use this for more of accessing properties from other classes, so you need to override the whole class member in here, and it's a form of like duplicating right in your what? In your implement what class. Okay, perfect. So we have done the overriding, and here, oh, I was supposed to change this. Not I am a professor of salary. No, we need to use this. My salary is okay. So my salary is, yeah, here too. Perfect. Okay. What next? Now let's step into the main. The main inside the main, It's where we are actually going to create the object in here to call every every word, every action, every property right here in the main. Okay, so first let me create an instance of the class college. Okay, college with, let me say, cj for the variable college, and then let's use college here again. Okay, college. If you don't understand what we're doing here, we recommend you to check our previous videos because it's a series, so you need to follow the other to understand what we are doing here. So kindly go back and then watch the other videos. Okay, good. So we're gonna call the first one is probably, let's say, name. Okay, so we're gonna assign a name to this, so we'll say this will be what, cc. Okay, good, cc, and it should be a string, so in a quote, single quote or double quote is okay. All right, and I terminate. Then cg dot age. Okay, so age is equal to 26. Age is an integer, so no quote. Cg dot, what else, department name, right? So department name will be equal to, let's say this is a string, so let's say computer science. Okay, computer science department. Okay, so computer science is okay. Then I just terminate this. Then the next will be what? What are we going to call dot period? And then what are we gonna have? We're gonna have the salary, right? We have name over there. Okay, so it's left with the salary. So salary is equal to, let's say, maybe $100,000. Okay, then I terminate. All right, good. So we are virtually done with the implementation of the interface. Okay, so I run the code, then we see what happens on the console screen. Okay, let me drag this one here a bit. Okay, okay, so as it's running, I'm gonna actually walk you through the code once more before I end this tutorial. So, oh, run. Okay, so we said this is what a class student. Class student has an a variable of age and then name. Okay, age and then what, name. What is happening here? What is happening? Okay, this code should run perfectly. Yeah, I think my let me just copy this and then reload my that part. Okay, to be very sure. Okay, so I run this again, and we say online 40. Okay, string. Oh, lower camels. Lower camels. Yeah, of course. I use dep underscore and 73. I think this should not affect this one. Dep name. Mm, okay, department name. Let me see wherever we have this. Should go department name. Okay, department name, department name. Okay, I think this should work. Mm-hmm. Um, oh, I got it. I got it. Uh, Normally you can ignore the new keyword, but I see it's actually prompting us to use the new here. Yeah, you normally you can ignore the new here, but the code editor is prompting us. So let me try that, and then C college new no error. Okay, there's no error. Mm, so void main college. Okay, so college. Then we have a variable is calling the name, and the name is equal to what? CC, the age. Yes. The department name is computer science. That is also correct. Salary. Salary. Oh my god. I left out all the what? All the methods. I did not call all the methods. Oh yeah. So nothing was actually displaying. I have only stored the variables inside the what? I've only stored the data inside the variables, but I have not actually called the print statement. So I need to call the methods. Okay, so cg dot I nearly forgot. Oh man. So cg dot first, let me start with the name. So name, then I terminate this. Then I have the cg dot the age. Yeah, let me use the age here. Okay, then cg dot the department. Okay, so cg dot the department. Okay, display department. Okay, I terminate this. Then cg dot the last one should be the salary. Okay, oh, what's happening? Salary. Okay, so I display salary. Excellent. Okay, so we got it now. Okay, I nearly forgot that. All right, so this should display good, perfect. So this is our code. So you see how we did the implementation. Very simple. We have our first class, student class. We have our properties, and then our characteristics or actions in here. That is one method, two method, and this. Second class faculty, and then we have our properties. Then we have a third class that is the college class, and this implements all the two classes and then it overrides all the properties in here. Then in the main, we create an instance of the college class, and then we now what call or we now what pass data to these variables, and then we display with with by calling what the method in here. Okay, so this is how simple it is to actually implement interfaces in that, and recommend you to always watch and then practice as in you watching and you practice so that you can always remember. Okay, so if you have any comments, you can write below. If you have any difficulties in your code, you can check our GitHub repository. We always post the link. There's sometimes we forget the links down there, but if you follow one of our links, you can get almost all of our codes. Okay, so I'd like you to subscribe to Tech Now TV, turn on the notification, and then we're gonna always what post a new video which will be beneficial to you. Peace. I'm out.